What is up, my little ponies, and welcome back to the channel. First off, let's address the sparkly alicorn in the room, which is that we finally hit 10 subscribers at the time of me writing this script. Now, I know to some that might not seem like much, but to me it's everything. Every single one of you who has saw or seen my content and thought, hey, that's cool, I'll see what she has to say next. You are appreciated beyond words. We may be few, but we are here and full of friendship, so thank you every pony from the very bottom of my heart. Now, let's get into today's topic, which, like my last video, is going to be an opinion piece. And oh yeah, we're diving into another ship. One that's been heavily debated, adored, criticized, memed, and everything in between, honestly. Today, we're going to talk about Sparkle Flash, the romantic pairing of Twilight Sparkle from our magical land of Equestria and Flash Sentry from the very boring human world of Canterlot High. The ship first showed up in the Equestria Girls movie, where Twilight crosses into the human world and meets Flash. From the get-go, it's clear that there's a spark, if you will. He helps her out, and their interactions are awkwardly cute, and it's very heavily implied they both like each other. Then, in Rainbow Rocks, when Twilight returns to the human world, it's clear they're still gushing over each other.
Oh, I do hate that you've had to return in a time of crisis. We have so much catching up to do.
For starters, a certain blue-haired guitar player was just asking about you.
Flash Sentry was asking about me? Isn't that nice?
Now, it's worth noting that Flash does exist in Equestria as well. Pony Flash is a royal guard, but he only makes a few small appearances with maybe one or two lines in the entire series as a pony and doesn't have much of a relationship with Twilight beyond being in the royal guard. Hey little ponies, to editing me, I took the liberty of finding every single moment that Pony Flash exists, and it is literally less than a minute, so here you go.
Her Highness, Princess Twilight Sparkle.
But it can wait until tomorrow. You all look tired from your journey. Now off to bed, all of you.
Oh. We've got to stop bumping into each other like this.
Your Highness? Your Highness?
I'm teasing, Twilight. We're sisters in...
The Duke and Duchess of Mertonia.
So, why does this one small romantic thread spark so much discourse? Let's get into it, because this ship was a war zone within the fandom. The Great Sparkle Flash Debate. When Equestria Girls dropped, it was kind of like tossing a metaphorical glitter bomb into the fandom. On one side, you had fans who adored the ship. They loved the idea of Twilight getting a relatable teenage moment of puppy love. They found it sweet, natural, and honestly kind of refreshing. For once, Twilight wasn't solving a magical crisis. She was just being a girl with a crush. And for many fans, that made her feel more real, more grounded. But on the flip side, the backlash was loud and passionate. Many longtime bronies and more critical viewers weren't just uninterested, they were actively against it. Some felt like the relationship was completely shoehorned in. They saw Flash as a generic, one-dimensional character who seemed to exist solely to be Twilight's love interest. Cardboard with a guitar was a phrase that got tossed around a lot, and while that might sound really harsh, it speaks to how underdeveloped many ponies felt he was. Some ponies weren't even mad at Flash as a character, but at what the relationship between him and Twilight symbolized. They argued that Twilight, as a character, did not need a love interest to grow. She was already becoming an alicorn princess, a scholar, and a leader. Why throw in a crush when she had so much else going on? I mean, was this really about character development, or just trying to give her a quote-unquote Disney princess moment? Then there were ponies who thought it sent the wrong message entirely, especially in a show that up until that very point had thrived without any romance. They worried it would set a precedent that the female leads needed to be in a relationship to be fulfilled or complete, similar to how Disney characters usually have a female or male counterpart. Now, this caused the fandom to split into camps, two main ones and one smaller one. Team Sparkle Flash, who loved it, supported it, and shipped it, till their dying breaths. There was also the anti-Flash crew on the flip side of that, who thought Flash was bland and unnecessary. And in between these two was a group called Let Twilight Be, who really just wanted Twilight to stay single or find a partner through genuine development. And that camp was way smaller compared to the other two. Now, people wrote fanfics, they made animations, they created ship wars on forums. Some ponies even stopped consuming the entire Equestria Girls series over this. And years later, it's still one of the most talked about ships, even though it never officially went anywhere. If you look up Twilight, Sparkle, and Flash Sentry on any website, anything on the internet, you will be met with a debate of opinions and images. There is a lot to consume when it comes to this ship. Why I think it wouldn't have worked. So, where do I stand in all of this? Honestly, I don't think Sparkle Flash would have ever worked, and it's not because I think Twilight having a relationship is wrong, and it's definitely not because I hate Flash Sentry. My reasoning goes a far bit deeper than that, I'd like to say. Twilight is from Equestria. Flash, the one she connects with at least, is from the human world. For their relationship to continue, some pony would have to make a huge sacrifice. Twilight would have to keep jumping between worlds just to see him, or somehow leave her kingdom, her friends, and her responsibilities completely behind. Or Flash would have to move to Equestria and become a pony? That's a lot to ask on either side, quite honestly. And the idea of Twilight settling for Pony Flash instead has never sat right with me. It gives me very weird vibes. Pony Flash doesn't know her. Not really, at least. He sees her as the princess of friendship. If Twilight tried to project her feelings for the human Flash onto his pony counterpart, it would feel kind of, what's the word? Unfair. Like, hey, your alternate dimension self and I had a thing, so maybe we should try that too. Like, that's not really love, that's more wishful thinking and a lot of emotional baggage mixed with some projection. Now, even if they tried, there would always be this awkward comparison of, are you like the other Flash from Twilight's perspective, and do you only like me because of the other Flash from Flash Sentry's side? And honestly, I never thought that their personalities quite meshed well. Twilight is weird and nerdy. She loves books. She needs someone who challenges her and complements what she lacks, so to speak. And while Flash is kind and brave and handsome and all the things your generic male character is, I just don't think their connection had the depth to go the distance. My final thoughts on this are that at the end of the day, Sparkle Flash was a sweet little moment in a movie. It gave Twilight a chance to blush and giggle and feel something new. It gave us a chance to experience Twilight as a teenage girl, which, let's be honest, was the entire point of all of that. And maybe that's all it was ever meant to be. Not a great epic romance that spanned it out across seasons, not a canon love story, but a fleeting spark of curiosity. And that's okay. Not every crush has to turn into a true love story. Sometimes a crush is just that, a crush. And in this case, that feels like the healthiest outcome. Now, with all of that being said, let me know what you thought about this ship in the comments, please. Remember to be respectful with your opinions, because every pony, as I've stated, has very differing opinions on this specific ship. So I don't want to see old fandom wars starting up in my comments again, or maybe I do, I don't know. Have fun with it. But until then, my little ponies, I will see you in the next video. Bye!